Hi everyone, welcome to Yolanda's Cakes. This video is to answer the questions that many of you have asked me. Why sometimes my cake comes out dry? This happens sometimes when we don't measure or weight our ingredients the right way. In this video, I will show you how to do it right. So let's get started. One way to measure ingredients or to weigh ingredients accurately is by using a kitchen scale. I will use these two for demo purposes. This black one isn't my favorite. The display is too small, it only has 2 measuring units, and it has the unit button at the bottom. I'm using this ring as a sample to show you how I need to remove it from the scale to change the units. This other one is very light. It has a larger display and the unit button is right at your fingertips. So how to properly weigh your ingredients? I'm weighing a cup of sugar. If you turn on the scale and then place a ball on it, the scale will start marking the weight as part of the weight of your ingredient. You need to reset your scale first by hitting the tare button. Or you can place the ball on the scale and then turn it on. This will be at 0 when it turns on, at least in this scale. Your scale might be different, but the bottom line is that you need to start weighing your ingredients at the 0 mark. Sometimes when your bowl is still empty and you move the table or the bowl, you might get random numbers show on the display of the scale. Don't worry about it, that is normal. Once the ingredient is on the scale, press the unit button to jump from one unit to the next until you get your desired unit, be it grams, pounds, ounces, etc. It is as easy as that. Let's talk about measuring spoons. Here I have several sets ranging from a pinch to teaspoons to half teaspoons to tablespoons. There are a great variety of measuring spoons in the market. Some are less expensive, others are more expensive. I recommend buying the ones that have the measures imprinted as opposed to stamped on, as they tend to fade away as you wash them. I like to keep each set together by using a ring. You may purchase these rings at any store. And these are the cups that are used to measure dry ingredients only. Do not measure liquid ingredients with these cups. These two sets bring 4 different cups: 1/3, 1/4, a half, and a cup. If your recipe calls for a 3/4 cups, you may use a 1/4 cup times 3. And here I have my flour. I keep it nice and tight and away from any heat source. If your climate is hot and humid, keep it in the fridge. I will whisk it a couple of times since it has been sitting for days. I take the cup and scoop up flour as much as the cup can hold. Then, with the spatula, I sweep over to level it. And we now have an exact cup of flour. Now I will sift the flour. Some people ask me if you should measure and then sift, or sift and then measure. It all depends on the recipe. If the recipe calls for a cup of sifted flour, this means that you are going to sift first, then measure. If it says 1 cup of flour, sift, that means that you will measure and then you will sift after. To measure my baking powder, I can use the same method I used for the flour, or I can level the tablespoon with the can leveler. And the last dry ingredient that we are going to measure is the brown sugar. If the recipe calls for 1 cup or 2 cups or as many cups of packed brown sugar, you will do just that. With your hands washed and clean, press down the sugar to pack it down. Then level the cup. And now for the liquids. This is the cup that you use to measure liquids. Do not use these cups for dry ingredients. When measuring liquids, get eye level with the meniscus. You can either pick up the glassware to bring it up to your level or bend down to take measurements. I am measuring 1 cup of water and 1 cup of milk, always at an eye level position. And finally, the last thing I like to talk about is butter. Butter is usually sold by the pound, like this pack. And that pound is also equals to 16 ounces or 453 grams. It usually comes divided into short or long bars. Each long bar is equal to 8 tablespoons. It is usually marked on the package label. So if you are making a pound of Dominican cake, you will use these entire bags of butter or 1 pound of butter. Well, this has been all for today. I hope that you learned something about measuring liquids and dry ingredients. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be at peace with all as much as it is possible. I will see you back here again with another tutorial real soon. Until then, God bless you.